We're recording. Hello, I'm Paul Vnuk from Recording Magazine. Welcome to our latest video review. Today, we're taking a look at all 7 models in the new 3rd generation Mackie CR series of affordable studio monitors, which I also review in the June 2025 issue of Recording Magazine. In addition to creating what we have come to know as the world's very first compact mixer, in 1997, Mackie released the HR824, which was one of the first affordable powered studio monitors on the market. We reviewed the HR824 in our February 1998 issue. Today, Mackie is still producing professional studio monitor offerings such as the HR824 Mark II, the affordable MR series, and the ultra-affordable entry-level Mackie CR Series. The new 3rd generation models up the game with added tone and location options. The new 3rd generation Mackie CR Series includes 7 models, 2 of which are Bluetooth-enabled variations on a theme. The CR Series includes the CR 3.5, the CR 3.5 BT, the CR 4.5, the CR 4.5 BT, the CR 5 BT, the CR8 BT, and the CR8 SBT subwoofer. Amazingly, each of those prices is per pair. The revamped CR series offers some notable improvements over the previous Mackie CRX speaker line. The traditional flat, rectangular CRX design has been replaced by a molded front baffle similar to the MR and HR offerings. Also, the signature Mackie green CRX faceplate trim has been relocated to a green ring around the woofer. The most significant update can be found in the size and composition of both the woofers and the tweeters. The previous CRX models featured 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, and 8-inch polypropylene coated woofers. The new 3rd generation CR models feature 3.5-inch, 4.5-inch, 5.25-inch, and 8-inch woven drivers. The previous 3/4-inch soft dome tweeter is now a 1-inch design. Beyond size and output, each CR series model boasts a similar design with matching features and controls. Each cabinet is constructed of vinyl-wrapped MDF and ships with a set of optional, stick-on, non-skid feet. The biggest thing to note is that each model is sold and functions exclusively in pairs. One is an active speaker that connects to a passive speaker via a 2-wire speaker cable. On the front of each active speaker, you'll find a tone control, a master volume, and an 1/8-inch speaker muting headphone output. If this was plugged in right now, you would see a glowing Running Man badge which indicates power in white and doubles as a push button to activate and indicate Bluetooth connection on so-equipped models glowing green. I will admit that it does mess with me a little bit that the logo on the passive speaker remains unlit. On the rear of the powered speaker, you will find a pair of 1/4-inch TRS inputs that can be balanced or unbalanced, as well as unbalanced RCA and stereo 1/8-inch inputs. A speaker position switch lets you select which model will be the left speaker and which one will be the right speaker based on your placement and connection needs. A location switch offers a choice of desktop or bookshelf settings. Finally, there's a master power switch and a custom-tuned base port that is proportional to each monitor's size. Internally, the CR 3.5 and 4.5 models offer 50 watts of RMS Class AB power with the following specs. The CR5 BT has 100 watts of RMS Class D amplification, and the CR8 BT has 140 watts of RMS Class D amplification with the following specs. When you first take the CR series speakers out of the box, the tone control features a sticker labeled Work and Play. Counterclockwise is tonally flat, while turning the control clockwise imparts a classic smiley face EQ with boosted bass and enhanced highs. Moving on to the location switch, the manual suggests that the desktop setting is better suited for close-up, near-field work, while the bookshelf setting is better suited to larger rooms with the speakers at a distance. I found the desktop setting a touch thicker in the lows and mids, and maybe even a little rounded, whereas the bookshelf setting offered more clarity, punch, and definition. Taken together, the tone and location controls provide a nice level of sonic finesse that you can dial to taste, although it will vary from model to model and location to location. When it comes to the models with the Bluetooth option, it's dead simple to use and great for streaming audio from your phone, a tablet, or a laptop. Bottom line, it just works. I was sent the CR8BT, the CR5BT, the CR4.5, and the CR3.5. as well as the CR8SBT sub, which we'll dig into more in a moment. I set up all 5 models here in my treated mix room, and I also spent time with the 3 smaller offerings in my treated home office/editing suite. Starting with the largest model, the CR8BT impressed me straight out of the gate with a very clear and detailed sonic presentation that was balanced with a pleasant fullness and weight. It offers plenty of discernible low end and a bolder than expected yet unhyped bass response. Based on the speaker's distance and position in my studio, I did prefer the bookshelf setting, which offered a nice clarity in the mids and an ultra-detailed high-end signature. Overall, the desktop setting was just a little too bulbous and rounded for my tastes here in my studio. However, I did enjoy dialing in various amounts of low-end punch in what I would call a high-end studio monitor sparkle with the tone knob. Eventually, I settled on a 2 o'clock setting, which really helped me focus on the details of my mix. The CR8BT offers consistent tone and imaging at moderate levels of 78 to 82 dB. While they can get loud, they will start to break up if you push them past 100 or 101 dB, especially on music with fast, strong, loud transients, which is not unexpected. While the CR8BT didn't best my regular upper-end monitors, which are literally 20 times the price, I was surprised at how well they held their own in my treated mix room. These are easy speakers to adjust to, and I could happily mix on them with no concerns. Moving down a size, the CR5BT was the one model that just never sounded right to me on the bookshelf setting, especially in my treated mix room. I found there was too much bite in what I would call the snare drum range, and overall a bit of mid-range boxiness if I pushed them to fill the space. However, in my home editing suite, I enjoyed the CR5BT much more and found the desktop setting worked very well to fill that space with comfortable, full sound with the tone control at about 2 o'clock. That said, for my taste, the CR5BT was typically eclipsed by the fullness of the CR8BT, as well as the presentation and punch of the CR3.5 and CR4.5 models at home. Ultimately, I found the slightly diffuse nature of the CR5BT better suited to general listening enjoyment versus mixing duty. When I got to the CR4.5, it quickly became apparent that a primary attribute of the new CR series is the pristine, detailed high-end and their clear mid-range, which is consistent from model to model. Moving to the smaller CR4.5 monitor, I very much enjoyed its tight, punchy low end, and despite its size, the CR4.5 has a wonderfully represented depth of field. I spent most of my time working with them in my home editing suite where I preferred the clarity and the punch of the bookshelf setting with a 2 o'clock turn of the tone dial. This quickly became my favorite tone setting across the board. I was also quite surprised at how well the CR4.5 fared here in my larger studio space, especially when paired with the CR8SBT subwoofer. A bit of a spoiler alert, for the size, the sound, and the money, I find the CR4.5 a very compelling, if not my favorite, CR series option. It's punchy and clear and yields a very comfortable, detailed, spacious listen. Not to keep obsessing about it, but the CR4.5 can be a great, affordable choice for serious editing in small spaces. Moving to the CR3.5, overall, the CR3.5 is very sonically similar to the CR4.5, almost begging the question of why Mackie offers both options. That said, while the volume and tonality can be set to be almost interchangeable between the CR3.5 and CR4.5, The most significant difference between the two is that the punchy low-end signature is probably a tad more obvious on the CR 3.5. Neither one reaches down too deep due to the reality of size and physics, but they never sound anemic in any way, and they actually put out a bit more low-end than you'd expect. Once again, Bookshelf was a better option in my larger mixing space, where the 3.5 served as an excellent small-scale check monitor. On the desktop setting in my home editing suite, the CR 3.5 simply was enjoyable to listen to and provided much better sound quality than similarly priced average Bluetooth speakers. One thing to note is that the CR 3.5 and CR 4.5 both have their limits, and they will break up if you start pushing them too loud or too hard. That said, they sound great and quite dimensional at 72 to 85 dB. All the frequencies are easily discernible, and once again, you get a ton of detail. Now we come to the CR Series subwoofer, the CR8S BT. While it may not be the biggest, baddest, sub-thumping party box I've ever heard in my life, it integrates seamlessly with the other CR Series models, adding a nice, bold weight. The CR8S BT features an 8-inch polypropylene driver and a downward-firing bass port. It features 100 watts of RMS Class D power and the following specs. Plus, it includes Bluetooth connectivity. The CRS-8 BT is designed to work in line with the other models. It has both quarter-inch TRS and RCA stereo ins and outs. The crossover control is variable from 40 Hz to 180 Hz. The input level control allows you to boost or attenuate the incoming signal, and a master sub output dials in your perfect level of low-end reinforcement. There's also a 180-degree phase switch. It also has an absolutely genius accessory that I wish every subwoofer had. The CR8S BT includes a desktop remote control that allows you to control the overall system level and, more importantly, the overall sub-level, all without leaving the mix position. While you will need to spend some time finding the correct crossover point and sub-level best suited to each speaker, the CR8S BT pairs well with every member of the family. I might actually like the sound and throw of the CR8S BT paired with the CR5 BT or the CR 4.5, possibly even over the CR8 BT on its own. It could be due to their matching driver size, but I actually think that the CR8 BT benefited the least from being paired with the sub. I will say that its Bluetooth integration makes it a great choice to pair with the non-Bluetooth members of the CR series family. I don't often find a lot of value in demonstrating the sound of a speaker on an online video, and this is due to the inherent translation issues between streaming codecs and microphones, etc. However, I do want to give you a general idea of the throw of the tone control and the location switch. Here are 3 settings of the tone control on the CR8 BT. Now we're going to jump down to the CR 4.5 just for contrast. Here are 3 tone positions of the CR 4.5. I hope this gives you just a taste of the tonal variations of two models in the line, and just note that all of them sound even better in person. It's quite hard in a review of this nature not to use the phrase, "these monitors sound really good for the price." To me, it actually sounds kind of dismissive. I think a better way to summarize things is that the updated Mackie CR Series models are excellent, great sounding mixing tools, regardless of their price. Well, I already gave it away earlier in the video. I think overall, the Mackie CR 4.5 stands out as my favorite, offering a lot of bang for the buck. Plus, the CR 4.5 paired with the CR8S BT makes one heck of a 2.1 combo for only $330. Then again, if you have the space, the CR8 BT proudly continues the legacy of Mackie's affordable, full-size speaker offerings. While the CR series might be Mackie's ultra-affordable entry line, you might be surprised at the quality of sound they put out. If you'd like to learn more about the CR series or any of Mackie's product lines, stop by Mackie.com for more. Also, be sure to check out my review of the Mackie CR series in the June 2025 issue of Recording Magazine. If you like this video review, be sure to give us a thumbs up below, and better yet, hit that little bell and subscribe to Recording's YouTube channel for further video reviews, product comparisons, how-to videos, and more. Then, head on over to recordingmag.com, where you can subscribe to our print publication, which is now in its 38th year. We'll see you soon.